An app on your phone is probably the best way to start with, a good way to start with your with learning how to tune the guitar. There are plenty of versions available. So, when you search for a guitar tuner online, you're going to come up with quite a few different options, and a lot of them really are probably a company advertising things that you don't really want on your phone. So you, well, I don't anyway. So I always recommend two ones for my students if they want to go down using an app to start with. So I'll recommend these ones now. Now the first one is by Boss. Now Boss is known, or Roland is another name, known for really, really high class electronics. The tuner that they have looks like an old-fashioned, well, it is not. Here it is here. It looks like a pedal that you end up having on your effects board. So it's been around for years and years and years. They've updated it perhaps and done a few added new more features, but essentially it's been the same thing for years and years and years. So it's a really, really good pedal. Now this is the app that goes with it. Okay, so, and you can see that it's responding to my voice now. So it has a few different settings which are really, really useful. So that is a good company. The only advertising that it does on that is their own products, which is, I suppose in many respects is pretty interesting. They've got amplifiers and keyboards and all these high-tech gadgets that you use for music, which are pretty cool. So that's not too bad. Now remember, these two apps are also free. So with anything that's free, you've got advertising. So that's the first one. Now the second one, I'll show you that one, is by Fender. So here it is here. So here's the Fender one. So this is what it looks like when you download it. And it has a lot of instructional videos on it. There's one down the bottom here. So giving you a hand on learning how to tune the guitar. There's a few settings on there, so you just got to be careful. So really, you don't really want to touch anything. It comes in auto tuner. That's quite useful. That's probably the one just to start with. Try not to change anything, especially for the early days. That's the best way to go. So they're the two tuners. Now the other option is to actually have a dedicated device that does it. Now they're good too because of the fact that both of these tuners use the microphone on your phone. So that's good when you're practicing in a room with no sound. But when you start to develop your skills a bit, you're going to end up. There's a good chance that you'll be playing with other people that you know how to play. And as soon as any volume in the room, forget it. They just don't work. So, well, they do work, but they can't pick up you. So you need to be using something that is a bit better. Now, also, if you have an electric guitar or if you have an acoustic guitar that you can plug a cord into, which has a wee microphone or some other way of picking up the sound, you plug it into the tuner itself. So I'll show you that one, a couple of those that you can, as an example. This is the next type of tuner that you want to look at, and the reason why this one is a good one because it's a dedicated musician's tool. So this one again, this is by Boss. They do bring out some good gear. It's not the only brand I use. So I'm going to use two of them. The two that I'm going to use have a couple of functions that are similar. One, it's a tuner, okay, and also it's a metronome as well. So that kind of click, 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 click. Now again, you can do that on your phone as well, which I can show you the ones that I use, and I do use a metronome on the phone. But one of these for a tuner as well is great because of the fact that one day you will be playing in a crowded or noisy environment. As soon as that happens, the microphone on your phone is not going to be able to pick up your signal, your guitar. Now, in addition to how this tuner may also have an issue with it too, but the thing is, because it uses a microphone, but what it also uses is that you can plug it in. You can plug it in with a normal guitar cord, and from your guitar, whether it's a preamp on your acoustic guitar or whether it is just a standard output on your guitar, on your electric guitar, into the tuner. So you can tune anytime. You don't have to worry about any noise that's around. So that is a good one. Now this one here, this is called a TU-88 Boss tuner. I've had this for years. It's a great one. I haven't been able to find it recently. Whether it still is available, I don't know. But the point is that, again, I've had this for a long time. It's the functions that you want to think about. So this one here, there is another version which is called a TU-80, and that is a good one too. I'll tell you more about why I prefer this model a bit later on. It's all to do with the metronome, really. Now, the other one is another type of tuner, which you can plug in. So I'll show you that one. This is the second example of a tuner that I use literally daily. So it's TM60 Korg, it's called. It does the same thing, so it's registering, it's reacting to my voice at the moment. So so it's doing that at the moment. You can see that it's calibrated for the guitar, or that's what it is. That's what it's doing at the moment. It also has a metronome, which is again useful, and also has a tap function. This button here, which I'll show you play later. It's called a tap function. It responds to you when you're using your metronome. It responds to your finger. So that's really, really cool. So pretty common on a lot of digital metronomes as well. But that's a good thing. So that, again, I searched for it recently and couldn't find it that well. So I don't know why they stopped them. But anyway, it's the function. So I'm not saying go out and get this particular model. It's the function. It's the tuner that you're going to be using. Plus the metronome. It's a very, very useful thing to have. Okay, so that's that.